My name is Daniel Colt, better known as Dan.
I am Maurice Amazing Stückenschneider.
Hello, my name is Fabian Diepstraten.
My name is Casper Kobbe and my in-game name is Kobbe.
The team atmosphere is really great, honestly. We're having a lot of fun. We're improving a lot. The goal for the split is obviously to get to playoffs and get to Worlds.
Goals for this split is do as well as possible. Since the format is different, there's no gauntlet as far as I remember. So it's all about just doing well in playoffs, qualifying for Worlds.
Playing offline instead of playing online has affected me quite a lot. Online, it's harder to really get into the zone. When you go to the studio and actually play offline, I feel like it's easier to put a little bit more pressure on you naturally, but I don't mind playing online at all.
It's different in the sense that you don't get as much adrenaline before the game, because obviously there's no crowd. However, we can at least provide it with all the necessary equipment. It's good that even though this entire pandemic is happening, esports can at least go on.
Due to the recent change in terms of atmosphere and everything like that, us having to play at home, I mean, there are always a lot of negatives you can take away from certain things, but you have to take the positives too. And one of them is being on this in the setup 24/7, which means that we're actually now on top of one another 24/7, which allows us to get closer to one another, which allows us to address certain issues a lot better. So we're happy about that, and the fact that we don't have to change our setup anymore. So we play on our PCs, we play on the i7 compared to potentially other setups we have at the studio, which actually gives us the ability to always compete at the highest level.
I think my very own first console was the PlayStation 1, but then I really got into PC gaming with Command & Conquer and Age of Empires and games like this.
When I first started playing League, I remember having a decent PC for the time, I guess, but it got really old really quickly, and I could notice it in game.
My dad's PC was just getting too bad, and I was getting old enough to get my own.
I mean, it was only when I got really good at the game, I guess, and started climbing ranked, I actually invested in a really good PC.
Personally, I was used to think that my graphics card was the most important thing, because of course every time that you had 5 frames per second, you were like, oh no, my graphics card is really bad. And then I realized that having a really good processor in your PC also is really beneficial to use.
I would say during my pro career, I've always been provided with really good PCs. Of course, some are better than others, and some allow you, for example, to stream without lagging. So I guess that's a big plus for the PCs we have right now.
Streaming OBS, it runs on the CPU, so it doesn't really matter about your graphics card. I think having top specs on your PC is just necessary to perform at the highest. If you're playing on a really bad PC and someone has a better one, they will just have an advantage, right?
I think it's about as important as a tennis racket is for a tennis player. I mean, you're not gonna give a Roger Federer a little Hello Kitty tennis racket, right? That's just...
I mean, I don't have a PC at home, so I do prefer playing at the office so I can actually play. There are a lot of reasons for it. First, the PC situation, but also the fact that in the office it's more of a competitive environment that I prefer to have.
Depends on what you want to do. I believe for working and playing League of Legends, playing at the office is better. For playing any of my other games, playing here is probably more suited for that.
I think if I'm playing duo queue with someone, it's nice to be in the office because it feels more serious. It's easier to focus, but when I get home, it's easier to lean back in your chair, hop on Discord with some friends and just chill out, you know? It's not really the same tryhard, so...
I am Christopher J3 Pavlov.
My name is Sam Daher, better known as Samito Online. I'm a former semi-pro Overwatch player and full-time streamer.
I am a streamer, was a professional player for Apex Legends. Prior to that, I played Overwatch competitively.
The first PC game I ever got into was Minecraft. I used to play Call of Duty on Xbox all the time, but Minecraft is what really got me religiously into PC gaming, and then I transitioned into Overwatch some years later.
Back in 2004 or 2006, I believe. That was probably my first computer. It was my parents' computer. I played RuneScape on it, and I think I played Counter-Strike 1.6.
I built my first gaming PC spring of 2015. It had an Intel i7 4790K, or maybe it was an i5. I don't really remember which one, but I worked as a bag boy at Kroger in order to get the parts the previous summer.
So I went from casual gamer, I had a casual computer, then I moved first step into getting a better computer is when I got onto my first pro team, Renegades. They gave us computers. We had our own team house. I was with, a lot of known Overwatch players now, like Mangachu.
By the time I got into Overwatch, I upgraded to a 7700K and a 1080 NVIDIA GeForce card. But nowadays, I recently got the i9 9900K, and let me tell you, it is a beast.
When I first started streaming, I had one monitor to play games on, and I had to use my phone. Since it was always plugged in, it was like running at 10,000 degrees. I had it basically under my computer, or I basically had it under me. So basically I would be playing games, and every now and then I would have to look down and read chat. Oh, it was annoying, I can tell you that.
Improving my PC helped my stream so much, as well as my ability to make content and compete as well at a semi-professional level. You know, it just allowed me to get better input from the game, improve my render times, making my edits better. It overall made my experience so much smoother, and it's just such an essential part of hardware if you want to get into gaming or content creation in the modern era of gaming.
Having a good processor has made my life a little easier because I only have one computer. I'm running everything out of one computer, basically my stream and me gaming. A lot of streamers have like dual stream PC setups. I guess you could say splitting the power between two different computers instead of having it on one.
Over here, we've got my stream PC with the Intel i7 in there. I forget which generation. That handles all my streaming power. Got the keyboard for that there, mouse for that there, a little scuffed, and then obviously the single monitor for that there. Obviously my Mayhem keyboards, 240 hertz monitor, webcam, audio interface right there, secondary monitor over here. And then that is hooked up to my game PC, which we've got in here. That is the setup of Samito, powered by Intel. Only positive things to say, been nothing but impressed time and time again from these products that continue to blow my mind with how much better they've gotten over the years. Super, super excited to see what's gonna be coming from them next, and believe me, I will be getting it.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Pack-a-Puncher. I'm a content creator and streamer on YouTube.
My name is Amanda. I go by AMANDAtheJEDI online, and I am a YouTube content creator and Twitch streamer.
Hi, my name is Bree, and I'm a content creator.
Hello, my name is Emily, also known as Proxyfox. I'm a streamer for Misfits Gaming.
Yo, what is good, boys? My name is X, and I'm a content creator and a streamer for Misfits.
Growing up, I used to watch my dad play a lot of video games, and naturally, I couldn't help myself but want to follow in his footsteps.
So I played games a lot when I was younger, but the first console that was really my own was the Game Boy Color.
My first console was a Nintendo 64. I just had so much fun. I got super addicted, and then that just developed into a love for video games.
Gaming and computers that I use have really excelled my life into where it is today. So now that I had all this money saved that I was gonna previously spend on an Xbox, but my parents actually gifted me for my birthday, I decided I'm gonna spend my money on something else, and that is where my first computer came into history.
Since my dad has always been a really avid gamer, I got hand-me-down parts for PCs growing up, so that was really nice. I was able to have a decently adequate gaming computer growing up.
Knowing that streaming was something that I wanted to move into as well, building a PC was definitely a necessity. And when I decided to make one, I didn't necessarily have a lot of money to put into it, so I was going minimal where I could. I knew that for the editing, the streaming, and the multitasking I was planning to do, a solid processor was going to be essential.
I rely on my PC for my job, and like this processor, the i9 I have now, like it really doesn't slow down no matter how many programs I have open, like no matter what, like the processor doesn't slow down, everything is quick.
For me, having a good processor has always been really important, mostly because OBS, the program I use to stream, is very CPU heavy. It's such like a savior for a lot of people who are stuck during quarantine, you know, like they're stuck at home and they don't really know what to do. I'm also stuck at home, so I'm just streaming, you know, all day, every day, and it has been like so important for me that the content that I put out there is the highest quality.
Having a good processor is honestly such a huge quality of life improvement as a streamer. It feels like something I honestly couldn't live without now that I have it.
Now I mainly play Fortnite on this computer, but I also play Valorant, Call of Duty Warzone, and pretty much any other game that I want to play, I'm able to run it on this PC because of how strong it is and how intense it is.
I was editing for an esports organization for about a year, so I was working with a lot of 4K footage using a bunch of different editing softwares, either from video editing to photo editing to motion graphics, and having a good processor specifically has made my life so much easier.
During the current times of people spending more time at home and watching content, the importance of a good setup is key to make sure my streaming quality is the highest possible.